I'm Erin Gerlich, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. And joining me once again is Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau, our proud title sponsor. Brent, your support for youth and education goes beyond the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. What other support does Farm Bureau provide Iowa's youth?
You're right, Erin. Our Girls Union partnership matters. But Farm Bureau supports Iowa's youth in many other ways. They're one of our state's most valuable resources, so we're proud to support them year-round through Iowa Farm Bureau's scholarship program, which provides over $250,000 in scholarships annually to Iowa students around the state. And as you know, we've teamed up with your organization and the Iowa High School Athletic Association to offer free concussion insurance for all boys and girls participating in sanctioned sports. This collaboration ensures Iowa's athletes can practice and compete with an added layer of protection at no cost to them or their families. We've also provided teachers over the last 10 years with over $450,000 in funding to help them purchase classroom supplies through our Teacher Supplement Program. And we continue to sponsor other groups such as 4-H and FFA that teach Iowa's youth about the many ways that agriculture touches their lives.
Thank you, Brent. We're certainly grateful for Farm Bureau's continued investment in Iowa's youth and our organization. Now let's get back to tournament coverage.
Well, a pleasant afternoon here at Harlan Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge. Hy-Vee Field, the site of Class 2A. And the site of our second elimination game of the day as we get set for this matchup between the 2-seed Durant and the 6-seed Logan-Magnolia. Two teams looking to stay around here in Fort Dodge for one more day. Durant, the 2-seed, coming in, falling to Ridgeview yesterday. Logan-Magnolia, the 6-seed, falling to Wapsie Valley. Zaret Egestall back with you again. Joined by my partner in the booth, Andy Pollock. And Andy, here we go. It is another upset team that was upset in Durant in that opening round, trying to fight their way back up.
Well, and yesterday I was right on with calling for a high-scoring game in one of the 1A games that we had. I think we're going to see a pretty high-scoring game here in this one as well. I don't think we'll be setting records for runs scored in a game, but we've got a couple teams that really know how to swing the bat, and yesterday just got shut down in that regard. So we'll see right now. Good pitching and play pretty solid defense behind it, but two teams that definitely know how to put the ball in play.
Well, yeah, and Campbell over 400 career strikeouts as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that we could see between these two teams in this one. You know, one of the things about this game, though, is these two teams have kind of They've had some time, right? They've had some time since yesterday. They played in the night games last night, got back to where they were staying, and kind of just recalculated things and trying to figure out what went wrong in those opening round games, and trying to work back for this one, right?
Well, basically, you're starting a new state tournament today.
Yeah.
This is absolutely a new state tournament. Single elimination now for you, no different than any other tournament you've ever played in. So see how these teams react to each other, but chance there to look at a couple of the stats on the season.
Yeah, let's take a look at our teams and how they compare coming into this one, as Logan-Magnolia 8 runs per game, I should say, this season for the Panthers. As a team, batting about 300. Have hit the ball out 12 times this year. Get on base almost 50% of the time, Andy.
That's crazy. I mean, that gives you a lot of opportunities to create some havoc on the base paths and push some runs across and see what happens. But as we see in a game with the bases only 60 feet apart, time and time again, you get one runner on and it changes your alignment of the defense, and decisions have to be made a lot quicker.
And on the flip side, for a team like Durant, a team that they've been here at the state tournament, right? Durant is a team that we hear about quite a bit here at the state tournament. They're scoring about 6 runs per game, so a few runs less per game than a team like Lomo is, but also only giving up 4 runs per game. 291 hits this year, and of course on-base percentage a little bit lower. Batting average also a little bit lower when you compare these two teams, only about 350 getting on base this season. But you look at the teams that Durant has to play during the regular season, look at that schedule.
Yeah, we saw one of them here earlier with Iowa City Regina. But yeah, this is going to be a team that they are battle-tested, and you see what they've done against. That's why some of their numbers defensively probably aren't as gaudy as some of the other teams in Class 2A, because you look at who they're playing bigger schools, and you see them go up against West Liberty, Alburnett, North Scott.
Pleasant Valley.
Valley. Yeah, just a lot of them there, and obviously a traditional power and Assumption. So, yeah, Albia. I mean, these are some schools that are year in and year out have a huge volleyball or softball tradition.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Even some of the losses to teams that didn't make the state tournament. Loiza Muscatine was in a regional final. Center Point Urbana was in a regional final. And, of course, Davenport Assumption, always a team that is a mainstayer when it comes to softball. So, man, oh, man, I think we are in for a good one here between Durant and Logan-Magnolia. 2 teams from opposite ends of the state, too, so 2 teams that don't get to see each other unless we're here at the state tournament.
Yeah, good. That's the beauty of the state tournament, right? That's what you want. You don't want to see the same team that you played in 2 doubleheaders already during the course of the season.
Durant from the lower east part of the state, and the flip side, Logan-Magnolia from the lower west part of the state of Iowa. And these 2 teams now will face off here in the state tournament. Winner is off and will play tomorrow at 10 a.m. The loser will end their season, Andy.
And it's unfortunate it has to come that way, but these teams all given second life right now as the double elimination format this year creates that. And we'll see who can take advantage of that second chance to get through this this half of the bracket on the creating their finals out of a double elimination format. It's really a super region, or super region, I guess, is what it's turned into.
Let's take a look at the batting order tonight for Logan-Magnolia as they get set to lead things off with Stone. Stone right at the top, the shortstop, gets on base, finds her way to move around. She will lead things off, and as Durant makes it out defensively, let's talk about in the circle for Durant. A good story there as well.
Alderog, the 8th grader, who a year ago with Durant, they've got Allison Toft, returning all-state pitcher, tears her ACL during the volleyball season, and normally that could totally derail your season, but really out of the blue, here comes 8th grader Lily Alderog, and look at what she's done on the course of the year. 2.34 in run average, is the most appearances on the team with 20. and she's 8-4 on the year, and she's pitched them through this postseason.
Yeah, and that's exactly, when we talk about the good stories, probably thinking this year was going to be all about development and learning behind Toft. You know what I mean? That's the thing you think about is like, hey, I'm going to get this 8th grade year to learn behind and learn, and probably still is learning, of course, just not getting to see.
And learning in the fire is what she's doing. So you're always learning all the way up through. I know pitchers that are in their 5th year of starting that are still learning right now, and even all the way through college. So it'll be fun to see her pitch today for the first time. And you get a good look at that Durant outfield there as we get ready to go for Loma. Logan-Magnolia's bats were held pretty quiet yesterday in their loss to Wapsie Valley, but they're ready to get after it again today. And Grayson Stone, their leadoff batter, is a really nice batting average coming in at .473 on the season. Not a whole lot of home runs for the team. She's got 8 of them, though, to lead the team by a significant margin.
And the first pitch in there for a strike. Always like to start things off with a strike. How these two teams got here. A 2-0 loss for Durant yesterday to Ridgeview. Wapsie Valley getting past Lomo by a score of 7-2. The final score in that one last night, as that is chopped foul behind. And we'll start with no balls and 2 strikes the count. Second elimination game here in Class 2A. And Wapsie Valley and Ridgeview set to play another winners game next. Loser of that then will play the winner of this. Ground ball towards the shortstop. Bobbled. Still a chance to make a play. No, not going to be in time over there at shortstop. As Peterson knocked it down originally, but just could not get it across the diamond in time for the outs.
Yeah, she got her body in front of it, but just, that hot shot coming in, real solid contact from Stone, not able to knock it down.
Isla Peterson will also be the leadoff hitter, so both teams will lead off with their shortstops. And the leadoff runner is aboard for the Panthers. Making the state tournament, haven't been here since 2022, but have made some appearances here at the state softball tournament.
We've seen them here over the years.
7
trips total.
Yep. 2022, their last one. That one is a swing and a miss for a strike. Here in 2026, back to the state tournament, had a ton of appearances in the 2010s. That one is back to the backstop. We're at the state tournament for 4 consecutive years in 2015, 16, 17, and 18.
Kiger had a really nice day yesterday, went 3 for 4 at the plate in their loss.
Kiger, the second baseman, no balls and 2 strikes the count. And that one will miss outside for a ball to be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now the count here against Kiger.
I think Olderog was tired of the foul balls, just decided to throw one away there and let you hope to get a swing out of it.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Here's the set and the 1-2 pitch. This one's in the air, and it'll be back to the backstop once again to make it staying as our 1 ball and 2 strike count.
That rise ball from a lefty looks a lot different coming in than a rise ball from a lefty or from a righty. The spin's completely different. Tough to recognize early when you've been staring at right-handed pitchers all season long.
Logan-Magnolia plays out of the Western Iowa Conference. The 1-2. Oh, hitter. Came inside. I think it came a little bit awkwardly out of the hand. I don't think she had the full grip on it, maybe.
No, and it looked like the movement looked like a rise ball, but that did not have the spin of a rise ball as it came off her hand. And Logan-Magnolia with a little bit of issue that they're creating for Durant to start this one out.
They took down Riverside in the regional final to get here to the state tournament.
Riverside top ranked at the time.
Yeah.
Big win for the Panthers.
And the pitch. And this one is going to be bunted foul. Yeah, we're just into that 3-2 was the final score in that one, and what a win that was for this Panther team, who's also pretty young. Couple of seniors on the roster, but they play an incredibly amount of freshmen. Couple of 8th graders get in there, and then you've got the juniors, which are both on base right now. Here's the 0-1, and this one's fouled up and out of play, so something that maybe a year ahead of their time here for Logan-Magnolia to get back to the state tournament, but did what they needed to against Riverside.
Yeah, Campbell IGHSAU in the circle as a senior right now, will play her college ball at Buena Vista, and she's been really good. We'll talk about her more as a pitcher, but she's also been pretty darn good with a bat in her hand.
The 0-2. And we talked about her a little bit in the pre-show. Her 400 strikeouts in her career. Has a couple of 8th graders learning behind her that will get the nod next year. 1 ball and 2 strikes the counts. As Olderog is set with the pitch and swing and a miss. We'll find the first strikeout and the first out. Big out there for Olderod, as have those runners at first and second, and they do not advance.
Yeah, we saw that in the game before, too, with Cardinal kept coming up big every time you got base runners on, trying to prevent the same thing from happening here. Logan-Magnolia with a huge opportunity early. Would love to punch a couple across.
It'll be the first baseman, Bertelson, who will step in now, and that pitch will miss outside for a ball to be 1-0. Macy wears number 8, bats from the right side, as we mentioned, plays first base, and here in the cleanup spot.
Went 2 for 3 yesterday with a really nice day.
They could use a big hit from her here. The set in the 1-0. Ground ball to the right side. That could find a gap. It will. They're going to try to score a run around third base and in to score. And Logan-Magnolia has taken the lead here in the top half of the first inning.
Really solid contact, and the diving attempt from Schlappkohl over there at first just kind of knocked the ball out of the way of Happ, so they weren't able to make the play. Not sure how that one's going to get entered in. We'll see there how they rule it. I believe it'll probably be an error the second of the inning on Durant. No, they are calling it a hit. So the first hit of the day for Loma.
Whitney Hawkes now from the right side with runners at first and third. Runner will take off to second and in easily.
No, talked about it in the pregame show, just about when you get those base runners on with the short bases, creates a ton of opportunities.
So 2 runners in scoring position. And Olderog will find the sign. Here's the 0-1. And that one is outside for a ball. Now 1 ball and 1 strike the counts. Roll the single. As Stone scores. 1 ball and 1 strike the counts. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. I'm going to look back at third. The fire to first in time for the out. That is played well at shortstop there for Durant. As Peterson grabs that softball, immediately looks at third, makes sure that runner stays, and then fires it home to first base.
Yeah, textbook, the way she handled that and stared her down. Just had that internal clock rolling. Made the throw at just the right time.
Olderog on the rubber looking for the sign, and she'll fire the first pitch, which will miss for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. The counts.
Talked about this a lot so far today, but it's big in this first inning to put a lot of base runners on, get a lot of girls to see pitches, try to work yourself already in a good start to turn that order over and get to a lot of hitters. The more times you can see a pitcher, the better. Batting average keeps going up every time through the order.
Runners at second and third here for Logan-Magnolia. They've got 1 run in. They're trying to make it 2 at least. Here's the 1-1. And that one swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Olderog just trying to get out of this half inning. Durant's the batter from the right side. And the 1-2. Ground ball towards the shortstop, and it is through the glove of Peterson, and another run's going to score.
Well, I think a lot of that had to do with the base running of Bertelson as she kind of threw a little visual interference there on Peterson, kept her from getting a good read on the ball, made it really tough.
Ella Hack, the center fielder now, as this is the 7th Logan-Magnolia batter to come to the plate here on the top of the first inning, leading 2-0. And the pitch. That one's in the dirt for a ball. It'll be 1 ball and no strikes. Hack bats from the right side, wears 12. Runners are at the corners, first and third here for Logan-Magnolia. And the pitch. Off to the right side. That one will bounce out of play.
I think it made it onto Triton Field over there.
Did it hit the walkway and bounced its way?
Took a big skip off the cart path. Like one of my golf shots sliced over there.
1 ball and 1 strike the count. Older dog, the set in the pitch. And this one into center field. She hits this one well. Back at the wall. See you later. Ella Hack goes to center field, and she'll touch them all. Logan-Magnolia. A big first inning.
Well, I don't know, what are we up to, 5 times that we've seen a batter hit their first home run of the season? Ella Hack becomes that again. Just crazy that happens at the state tournament. You know, the wind is blowing out right now, but she crushed that ball. Never in doubt as it came off her bat. And a huge crooked number put up to start the game for Logan-Magnolia.
A 3-run bomb by Ella Hack in the 7th spot. And just like that, it is 5-0 Logan-Magnolia here in the top half of the first inning.
Loma trying to play giant killer.
Lorena Harlan steps in now, the designated player, trying to keep things alive. There is 2 outs. Logan-Magnolia wants to continue to bat through here in the first. You talked about in the pregame show that you thought we were going to see some offense. We've seen that already from Logan-Magnolia. Haven't got a chance to see Durant's offense yet, but that'll be coming. As Harlan steps back in, the 1-0. And that one swung on. She kind of stepped out of the box and then had to swing across the plate there. As the pitch fooled her, and Harlan will step back in now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Oladog will fire it in there, and it is a called strike, 1-2.
All right, we're going to get a delayed call up here today, so we're going to have to pay attention on those called strikes. Took a long time to get that relayed up to us.
1 ball and 2 strikes the counts. The set and that 1-2. Outside for a ball now, 2-2. Deuces across the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top half of the first inning. And Logan-Magnolia has opened this one up, leading 5-0. The set from Olderog. And swings through that one, finds a strikeout, but damage done by the Panthers. Back at the state tournament for the first time since 2022 and trying to keep their stay alive. Leading 5-0 in the top of the first. You're watching the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. and when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Welcome back to Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge. Hy-Vee Field, the home of Class 2A until we reach the championship game. And man, oh man, Logan-Magnolia has given themselves a cushion. And I'm sure that walk out to the circle feels a little bit better for Campbell Chase.
Oh, no doubt right now. You come out there and it's like you were just given a lead to start the game, although we did see this yesterday over in 1A is saw 4 runs scored, followed up by 6 in the bottom of the inning. So we'll see how Durant, there's a lot of game left. You don't have to get it all in this inning, but you certainly got to get some base runners right now and start to plan ahead a little bit.
Durant will lead things off with Isla Peterson, the shortstop. Paige Happ stands on deck, will bat next. And the pinstripe blues today for the Wildcats. That one foul tipped into the glove.
Nice snag by Evans.
Pinstripe blues, Logan-Magnolia in the all whites with the purple sleeves. The 0-2 pitch is in the dirt for a ball now 1-2. As you mentioned before, going to Buena Vista next year is Chase. 400 career strikeouts, over 400 career strikeouts for her.
Good spot.
One of the best in Class 2A when it comes to striking batters out this season. 2 balls and 2 strikes the counts on Peterson. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. There's one of those strikeouts. Got the changeup and pulled the string.
Yeah, the movement, that downward movement of the changeup. Sat her down.
So the first of what we imagine will be many strikeouts today. As Paige Happ will step in, the second baseman. And Happ will swing through the first pitch as that one rises up out of the zone.
Chase is in there ready to work, waiting on the hitters right now. She doesn't want to waste any time. I love watching a pitcher that just gets after it.
The 0-1. And gets another swing and a miss.
She's up and down. I mean, she's using different planes the entire time right now, changing the view for these Durant hitters.
You can see why a team like Logan-Magnolia can pull upsets that they pull. You keep the opposing team with little to no runs as that one goes away. You just ask your team just to give me a couple. Give me a couple.
And you feel like with a pitcher of Chase's magnitude that 5 runs might already be enough. We'll see if that comes into fruition or not.
1 ball and 2 strikes, and that one will miss outside of the zone.
These are all good pitches, though, with 2 strikes. You can tell Chase is a senior, knows exactly what she's toying around with there in the strike zone, just keeping things right there.
There's a swing and a miss. I was just about to say something that you were going to really enjoy about Happ, but I'll have to keep that
okay, all right. We'll wait on that one.
Till her next at-bat.
I call those nuggets. I love the nuggets. Yeah, mark that, star it, highlight it. Can't wait to hear it. I'm just waiting for my end to start talking about the now defunct Durant Polka Festival. That's what I want. I want some opportunity to talk about that today.
Roll out the barrel. Should I add that in there somewhere?
At some point today we got Polka Festival, not intact anymore, but when I was doing my research and found out about that, I was in, get out my accordion.
Popped up in the air towards right field. Could be difficult. It is going to be difficult, and it's down. Those ones are always tough. Center fielder, right fielder, second baseman all converge. Nobody's able to get there, and the ball drops in for a base hit.
Well, Kiger had a beat on it, but you could hear someone called her off from the outfield and then let it go. But Kiger was there to make the play. Not sure who called her off, but a little miscue. We'll see if it comes back to burn Loma here at some point.
Hack coming from center field. It was Leslie out in right field. And we'll get a runner here over at first base for Durant, as that's Harper Brummel, the 8th grader. As that will send the catcher back to the dugout and bring Brummel in, the 8th grader. Has a couple of stolen bases this year. Took a little bit of a lead off of first. Evans behind the plate was looking at it, maybe a back pick there over at first, but did not pull the trigger on it. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. And that one misses outside of the zone. They're making out 2 balls and no strikes the count. As Maisie Trimmerman, the batter. Timmerman steps back in from the right side. 2-0. And that one is in there for a strike on Timmerman.
She's got great control of that drop ball. Keeps it right around the knees or a little bit higher. That time drops in for a strike. A lot of times she's come in the strike zone and dropped out of it, getting the swing.
There goes the runner, and in safely is Brummel, picking up a stolen base, as she will find her 3rd stolen base of the season. Two balls and 2 strikes, as that was the quick question from Rich Darnell, the head coach of Durant, down the third base side, trying to make sure the count is right. It is at 2-2. And that'll be high for ball 3. It's now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. Chase trying to get out of things here in the bottom half of the first, but Durant has a runner in scoring position at second. We'll find the sign she wants from the wrist card. The 3-2 offering on the ground, ball 4. It is a live ball. And Evans quickly on top of that. She chases the runner back to second base. Good heads-up play by the catcher, Evans.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll see a runner try to fool you a little bit, lull you into a false sense of security, or just think you're going anyway and keep you from throwing that ball. But, yeah, really nice job by Evans behind the plate. First of all, to field the ball, first of all, field it, and then you got to get into the next step and getting rid of it.
Well, and that's just the heads-up base running from your courtesy runner who has experience on the bases out there as well, taking that lead, because if that catcher is kind of lax about it and not really worried about the runner, sliced into right field, that'll be a base hit. Here comes the run. They're going to try to score from second. It's in there safely. Ball gets past Evans back to the backstop, and 2 runs will come in for Durant. Madness on the bases for the Wildcats. They'll score a pair.
A little miscommunication about who is coming home. Good recognition there on the base paths. Yeah, that's a couple gals looking at each other, thinking the other was supposed to be covering home, and just like that, that's going to draw a little talking to coming from Coach Evans.
So just a confusion of who was going to be there and where that ball was going. Forces a couple of runs to come in from Durant, and we've got 7 here in the first inning between these two teams, 5-2. For Logan-Magnolia, still have that 3-run lead, now trying to preserve it with another runner at second base.
Been on the call for a couple offensive outbursts so far in this tournament.
The most runs ever in a state tournament game yesterday, right?
Yeah, how about that?
Enfield will step in now. Jordan Enfield, the left fielder. Wears 29, bats on the right side, and this one is poked to the right side. in the air, still going back and over the head. Another run will come in. Infield rounding second, running for third. Now she'll put on the brakes and head back to second base. 3 straight runs on the board for Durant, and it's 5-3.
Well, and infield picks up right where she left off yesterday on her 2-for-3 day, and that ball just got up into the air, and with that wind blowing out, just kept carrying. I thought Leslie had parked under it and was ready to go, and the wind kind of picked it up and pushed it over her head, and we're going to come back out, and we're already going to get a sub here for Logan-Magnolia. Not sure what we're looking at here. We got Coach Evans coming out to make a substitution.
So Coach Evans will come out, and they are going to make a substitution in right field, it appears. So we'll get the changes officially here in just a moment.
There's been some miscommunications out in that area so far. Going to shake things up a little bit. Dare I say hold on right now, though, as both these teams now 8 runs combined in the first. I'm an offensive coach, but I'm not sure I've seen what we've seen so far in this tournament in softball. Oh, we're just mixing up that flex spot right now. We got a new Allie Menke coming in at the flex spot in right field for Leslie.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
This one is in the air towards center field, and it is off the glove. One more run will score. Coming around second, going to third, and another run in for Durant. As the woes continue for Logan-Magnolia. 5-4 now the lead for Logan-Magnolia. That 5-run lead has sure shrunk quickly.
Seems like a lifetime ago right now for Loma, but some good solid contacts coming from Durant.
Olderog now the pitcher. She's liking what she's seen from her offense. Comes here in the 8th spot. She wants to keep things going.
Keep in mind that Chase struck out the first 2 batters of the inning. This has all happened with 2 outs.
So the pitcher, Olderog, from the left side. Fouls this one back to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 striker count. There is 2 outs, as Andy mentioned a moment ago. And Durant making something work here. And the pitch is low for a ball. Evans looking back, the runner at third. Didn't go with the throw down there, just the pump fake, and gives it back to Campbell in the circle. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Here's the set and the 2-1 pitch in the air towards left field. And the play will be made for out number 3, so Logan-Magnolia will get out of it, but not before Durant strikes with 2 outs, scoring 4 runs. It's 5-4 after 1. We'll come back. More softball is next. This is the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Hey, Frank. Oh, it looks like you spilled some grease.
Grills are multiplying and you need flavor that's bold.
There's nothing left for you to do
but to go to Fairway, your dream for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, you better stake up. Fairway and meat go hand in hand.
This dream is meant for you and me.
Poultry, pork, and beef, your home for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed.
Fairway, it's the one you need.
Back to Fort Dodge, the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Farm Bureau on the digital network powered by Mid-American Energy Company. And we've got an offensive battle here, Andy, as we talked about in the pregame show. 5-4, 9 runs put up between the two teams in the first inning.
I'm not sure if any of the runs are earned either that these teams have all put up. Just a couple plays that haven't been made out there. You got to get both defense just kind of settle down, communicate, and make the plays. But certainly gives a lot of momentum to the offensive side and to the bats right now, as Loma couldn't wait to get back to hit after their first inning outburst.
Chase was charged with 3 of the 4 runs. Olderog, as you mentioned, none of the 5 runs have been earned so far. So of the 9 runs, only 3 of them have been earned by either of the pitchers. No balls and 1 strike the count.
That's true. A couple of those were plays that probably could have been made, but yeah, the way they get scored, those are hits.
9-1-2 due up for the Panthers here in the top half of the second inning. It starts off with the catcher Evans. Kennedy Evans behind the plate. Stone, Kiger are the 3 due up. One ball and 1 strike the count. The set and the pitch. Misses outside for a ball. Now 2 balls and 1 strike.
Evans bats .340. We've seen a lot of good number 9 hitters, and that's probably one of the better ones we've seen. .340 from that 9 hole.
It's one of those that we talked about it yesterday. That one is in there for a called strike. Talked about it yesterday, but it's almost like most coaches will put almost like a second leadoff hitter in that 9 spot to try to spark things from the back half of the order.
This freshman pitcher, Olderog, has the frame. She's long right now, kind of imposing out there, looking down at a lot of her teammates and looking down at these Loma hitters. A couple of years for her in the weight room. As she gets stronger, she'll add a lot of velocity to what she's got out there in the circle. It'll be fun to follow her development over the next several years.
Finds another strikeout. Had some runs put up against her, but when she's getting outs, she's been getting them at the plate so far. And that is a called strike. No balls and 1 strike the count.
Huge load there from Stone as she's looking to give this ball a ride.
Top of the order was Stone, and inside called strike 2.
Well, she's right up there on the chalk,
yes.
So it looks like it's tight, but she is right up there.
And that's probably what Olderog, young pitcher, that's what she's seeing. You're going to stand inside, I'm going to throw it inside. Tough part about it, you just don't want to hit that batter. Stone actually backed up a little bit for this one. Looks like she's about a foot, right?
Well, you're just proving, you're making the pitcher prove that they've got the control to pitch it right there, and she did, so now you respect it and you back off a little bit, a little game within the game.
She's almost taken a foot further backwards in the box the last 2 pitches, the 1-2. This one is hit well and hammered to center field, and it is off the base of the wall. Around first, heading to second is Stone, and she's in with a stand-up double. That one was hammered off the bat by Stone.
That was the Price is Right winner for the day, closest without going over, because Stone put that right off the top of the fence. Thought it was gone for a second.
Off the bat, I did as well. And then, as you see,
looks like it knocked out our center field camera there a little bit too, so might have to get that fixed out there.
We had a quick pause as one of the balls from the other field made its way into left field here. And now we're back to action here as this one's fouled out of play. And Kiger now steps in here from the right side. Timmerman just kept going back on that, and it looked like Timmerman, she saw it the entire way, and then at the very last second backed off, playing that pretty well, honestly. Oh, we got another ball. That one landed almost hit Olderog. As that one came flying in from the other field and bounced right in front of the circle. The 0-1 pitch. in there for a called strike. Stone had to be careful there. She kind of slipped. She took a big lead from second base.
She knows it, too.
As she took that big lead and then was trying to get back to the base and kind of went down. Logan-Magnolia trying to add on to their lead. That pitch misses away. It'll be 1-2 strikes the count. Put up 5 runs in the first. 5-4 the lead. And the 1-2 offering. That one's fouled out of play, and we give one back to another field as that one in the air, I think, landed on Triton Field to our right side. 1-2 strikes. The count right back up the middle. Fielded fire to first. Good play there, getting the out. Another slip by Stone over at third. And she'll get back to third in time, but there was a play over there at third base. And now with 2 outs, Durant trying to get out unscathed here in the top of the second inning.
I think that's the right decision, too. You have an opportunity maybe to get the leadoff runner, but take the out, get the 2 outs. Now you just come after the batter. Got her on her own the last time here on Chase.
In the dirt. As that one's played out in front. Angles there behind the plate for Durant. Able to keep that one out in front of her. Run over at third base. 1-0, 2 outs. Here in the top half of the second inning. Elimination game here in Class 2A. Olderog finding the pitch she wants, and that one will miss away. Taking a couple of minutes there, just working through her progressions, trying to figure out what she was looking for. 2 balls and no strikes.
I'm trying to look how they're getting these signaled into her right now. I don't see any communication device on her wrist.
I think it's coming to the catcher.
It is coming from the catcher. Yep. That's exactly what it is.
The 2-0. Ground ball towards the middle of the infield. They'll go 1, and it is in time for out number 3. So Durant will get on it without Logan-Magnolia adding on. They leave a runner at third base. We've played an inning and a half. It's 5-4 here in Fort Dodge. We'll come back. The IGHSAU Digital Network is powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Whether you volunteer or hang with friends, play pickleball, read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge. A look at the Logan-Magnolia outfield and that beautiful IGHSAU logo there in center field. As we roll on day 2 of this tournament, the new era of the IGHSAU State Softball Championships double elimination tournament. Winner of this game will keep their season alive, and they will play tomorrow at 10 a.m. against the loser of the next game, the 4:45 game between Wapsie Valley and Ridgeview.
Every time I see that Hy-Vee logo back there, I'm reminded of Carly Goodwin's dad yesterday. She's on our broadcast team. I think she's up on 3A right now. I can't remember if it's 2A or 3A that she's doing color this afternoon. But Talked to her dad yesterday, and he reminded me, we forget about all the food trucks that are over there on the other side where we are right now, and that Hy-Vee truck has the steak sandwiches. One of my favorite stops. I got to get over there this afternoon yet. Have to get over there.
I ate that every single meal.
I think he said he was up to 3 that he had put away already yesterday afternoon.
Third base side, the throw to first is not going to be in time over at first base. And Durant's got the leadoff runner aboard.
Doing it with the number 9 batter there, Alpin. Again, we've seen number 9 batters have a nice day, a nice tournament so far. They seem to find their way on base a lot of different ways. Is there a game over there? I hear Sweet Caroline being played.
It's got to be that,
the
that
1A field.
1A winner bracket game. Possibly Edco and Southeast Warren, I think, was the game that was going on over there in Class 1A.
One of the Edco fans brought me some brats from the Edgewood Locker, one of my favorite places to visit when I'm visiting family up in Northeast Iowa.
Ground ball on a bunt, third base side. It'll be a sacrifice. Oh, was it on the transfer? No. They're going to say, oh, it is on the transfer. Okay. So she is out. It was on the transfer, according to our umpire.
And I think that's the right call.
Yeah, me too.
I think he absolutely nailed that call.
Yep. I agree with you. She had caught it, pulled her foot off the base. She was going on the transfer to look over at second base in the pump fake. And that's where the ball came away. I agree with you. I had already kind of said the out on the broadcast because I felt that out had been recorded, and then the ball drops. We're waiting to see what the official call was, and I think that's what's going to stay. I agree with you.
Well, I think Rich Darnell wanted to come out and see if the plate umpire, he's going to ask him if he had a better view of it that he might be able to appeal, and I'm not sure even if that is appealable at all. There's no one that's going to have a better view of that than the first base umpire, unless he thought she might have pulled her foot. That could have been discussed. The other part of that conversation is he comes out and asks Mark Schaefer, did you have a view that you could do that? And Mark's like, no. If Mark says no, then you can't appeal it. So then with a base runner on, that's not something that the home plate umpire really would be looking for either.
The pitch. And that one in the dirt for a ball. 3 umpires here at the state tournament. We picked that up, I believe, in the regional semifinals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
1-1.
And we get the best of the best up here at the state tournament. You look down through these names of guys that are calling these tournaments, and they are guys that you get during the big games during the course of the season. A lot of young men and women trying to make their way through.
In the air, in the infield, who's going to call it? And the catch will be made over at first base by Bertelson. We'll haul it in for Logan-Magnolia. 2 away now here in the bottom half of the second inning. Still a runner at second base. Durant's trying to tie this game. That one will miss outside for a ball, 1-0. Have that runner in scoring position, down by 1. Both these two teams filled with offense in the first. Have seen no scoring so far here in the second. But a runner in scoring position just takes 1 pitch and 1 at-bat here for the Wildcats to even this game.
Talking about the umpires that we have here at the tournament, it was good to see Deirdre Moore out working this morning. She recently lost her father, Dave, over in the Marshalltown area. In fact, just last week was the funeral for Dave. Dave's a very well-known umpire coach around Central Iowa, so good to see Deirdre out here working that. I know she worked a lot of games with her dad, so she has been working this state tournament already several times as she works her way up through.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count in the pitch. Hitter. Came inside. We've talked about some of those inside pitches. And that one comes inside and gets a piece. And now the center fielder, Timmerman, will step in. So Maisie Timmerman now will bat for Durant with runners at first and second. And we'll have a courtesy runner back in. And that'll be Brummel again. So the 8th grader Brummel will come back in to courtesy run over at first base.
This is where all the runs came from, this part of the order, with 2 outs the first time through, starting off with Timmerman. Well, Mangels got on base with a single, and then Timmerman, Dierks, infield. Put a lot of runs across the board.
And that one will miss outside for a ball. Timmerman, a second-team all-conference outfielder.
I'd like to see Logan-Magnolia right now kind of, they look a little down. I'd like to see them be carrying themselves like they're the team that's ahead in this game.
And that one is swung on and missed. One of the comments from Coach Darnell was that Timmerman's like a jackrabbit. Whether it's on the outfield or around the bases, just moving quickly wherever she goes. The 1-1. This one is hit high in the air to left field, and coming in and making the catch for out number 3 is Durant. And that will end the threat for Durant in the second. 2 complete, 5-4. We've got a good one here in Class 2A. The IGHSAU State Softball Championship is presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Back here to Fort Dodge, the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Thanks again to the Iowa Farm Bureau for presenting the 2026 Girls State Softball Tournament as the sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Farm Bureau recognizes athletic and academic achievements on the field or in the classroom, helping to nurture Iowa's future leaders. Thank you, Iowa Farm Bureau.
Always great to see what they do and the new ways they find to recognize the athletes at every tournament, whether it be the shirts, the trophies, the plaques that the kids get. I know there's a commemorative ball that they get in different sports, so they just always do such a great job of recognizing the accomplishments of all the young women.
And that'll be a strike on the first pitch. Yeah, those shirts. Well, the balls were something they've done for a long time.
Yep.
The basketballs and the softballs.
Volleyballs, yeah.
Volleyballs, yep. And then it came along the shirts.
The pink shirts that the champions get.
Yep. Those were always a cool thing. Now I think they've added a pink hat, too. I think it's a shirt and a hat.
I want a pink hat.
Me, too. Somebody have to get one of those for us sometime.
Oh, pink tiara. Okay. Silver tiara. Okay.
There you go.
Well, I mean, I'd wear one of those, too.
They've done, yeah, okay, there we go. So they've done hats in the past.
Yes.
Now they've got a tiara as well.
How do I get one? I want a tiara.
We'll see if we can get some tiaras to wear for the semifinal or the day 3 tomorrow.
Let's see what we can do. I'm going to hit up Ben or Taylor. Maybe Aaron can help me out. Certainly Ellie Ruffridge would sneak one away for me to get a picture in.
1-2. Line drive is a fair or foul. It's foul. Ellie, of course, one of our colleagues on the basketball side of things.
Good to see her out now working for the union and the fundraising side of that. I think that job will fit her well. She just kind of carries an aura around with her that she's in charge wherever she goes. That'll be a great role for her. Of course, her dad, Brandon, is athletic director here at Fort Dodge High School. So I haven't seen him around. I always run into him at some point. Of course, we're on different fields spread way out, so I've not seen Brandon yet at this tournament. But Fort Dodge plays this evening. I'll meander over their night, probably run into him at some point. He can be here without administrative duties. He just gets to enjoy the game, as Timmy Fitz says.
2-2. And that one misses outside for a ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes now that counts.
Been a long at bat here for Bertelsen.
Bertelson's been battling up there. We've seen her on first base as well, and she's going to ground this one up the middle, and she'll have a base hit. So Bertelsen will lead things off. 4, 5, and 6 all due up here for Logan-Magnolia.
What a great piece of hitting by Bertelsen. Fouls a few off, gets it to a full count, spends most of her time behind in the count, and gets it to full and finds a pitch she likes and takes it right back up the middle. She's 2 for 2 on the day.
Hawkins now the batter for Logan-Magnolia. Bertelsen, 2 for 2. Both are singles. Hawkins, the third baseman for the Panthers on defense. And the pitch is in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. The count. We talked about Logan-Magnolia and what they've done here at the state tournaments. Those 3 consecutive years, or 4 consecutive years, 15, 16, 17, and 18, before they came here in 2022. Making some runs. 0-6. In there for a ball. Back pick over at first, not in time.
I understand in softball the turning. I get why they do it. It's how you're taught in baseball. But on 60 feet bases, I'd love to see that runner on the back pick just go, because when that first baseman's turning their back to the runner going back, you do not have the time to realize that the runner is now left.
This one is lined out into center field and pulled down for out number 1. Played beautifully by Timmerman, the center fielder.
Oh, right to her. I mean, just a beautiful read off the ball. Those line drives can be hard to get a beat on sometimes, and she just found that ball, went right to it.
Go back to Logan-Magnolia's first ever trip to the state tournament back in 2006. Some of the names that were playing back in 2A back in those times. North Polk was in that 2A tournament. That one's in the dirt, of course, have had such a good success at the larger classes. Sergeant Bluff, Luton, Solon. I mean, what a 2A tournament that is, with some names of schools that have now done a good job in bigger classes and continue to rise up their athletics. 1 ball and no strikes to count. That one will miss for a ball now. 2 balls and no strikes.
Oh, I love that. There's the little games being played between the pitches right now. I love it.
Two balls and no strikes to count. Durant's back into the box, then the 2-0. This one in the air towards center field. Timmerman again underneath it. She'll make the play. No tag from second. Timmerman was ready to throw that to third had the runner taken off.
Yeah, ball just didn't carry enough for her to be able to take off there from second. And, after the single and getting the runner to second, a good chance to get out of the inning right now for Old Rug and the Wildcats. Now Hack, though, coming up.
Hack had a good hack her last time up as she sent one over the fence. A 3-run shot to straight center field. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Has a runner at second base. Can't be a 3-run here, but she sure could help Logan-Magnolia extend their lead, currently 5-4. Here's the 1-0. And that one's in there for a called strike. Now 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Hack here in the 7th spot for Logan-Magnolia. Just a freshman, too. What a moment she'll have for the rest of her life. 1-1.
Well, she crushed it. I mean, there you go.
And, of course, as a freshman, she's hoping there's maybe a few more of those opportunities to touch them all at some point in her career, but no way you'll ever forget your first.
Olderog with a big chance here to get out of the inning.
The 2-1 is low. They are going to throw to second base. They actually threw the shortstop.
I like that, too. You change it up a little bit, and they were, there's a point where you might get a little too worried about having Bertelson on second base, but I think right now she's playing around with them out there. I don't mind trying to get her out.
Three balls and one strike. And the pitch is going to be ball 4. And I'll have runners at first and second here for Logan-Magnolia as Harlan will step back in from the right side.
Now, Olderog got her on her own her first time through.
Three strikeouts, 4 hits, 1 walk, no earned runs for the young Olderog so far in this game. 5 runs for Logan-Magnolia, all of them unearned.
Keep waiting. That drop ball is working well right now for Olderog. I think the answer to Logan-Magnolia is to scoot up in that box a little bit, try to hit it before it breaks.
The 0-1. In the dirt for a ball. Now 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Runners are at first and second for Logan-Magnolia.
You can see where that dust kicks up there, how dry it is up here in Fort Dodge. Well, all the other areas of the state seem to just get bombarded last night. We got nothing here in Fort Dodge. In fact,
went north, went south,
yeah,
everywhere.
It split right around us, which was fine for the keeping softball in play.
Yeah, and actually not too far from here, Webster City had
huge hail
and tornado threats.
Crazy last night. So I know back in Ankeny where I live, we had about just under 5 inches of rain in a few hours last night. But all avoided Fort Dodge, and we play on, which is good because Class 1A got way behind anyway with a 15-inning game between Clarksville and North Butler.
They played well into the night. 1-2, and that's a swing and a miss. Strike 3, strikeout number 4 for Olderog, and they're out of it in the second. We'll head to the bottom half after this. The IGHSAU Digital Network is powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Back here to Fort Dodge, the IGHSAU State Softball Championships. As you look on here at the Hy-Vee Field, 5-4 in the bottom half of the third inning. Logan-Magnolia leading over Durant. Durant, the 2 seed coming into this tournament.
Have you peeked ahead at the forecast for the rest of the week?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
70s?
Talk about beautiful.
Wow. I knew it was going to be nicer. I didn't realize it was going to be that. Wow.
Mid to lower 70s the rest of the week here in Fort Dodge.
Windows will be open. That includes all the way through the championship games on Friday.
Ground ball towards the shortstop. That's going to be a base hit to lead things off for Derricks. As the third baseman will be aboard 5, 6, and 7. And
I'm not sure. Stone, I don't think it was the ball that got her. It looks like she's holding her. I wonder if her face mask popped up and got her in the face as she dove for it, because I don't think it was the ball at all. The ball was all glove.
Maybe her arm when she went down, too, they're looking at. So a quick stoppage.
She's their leadoff batter, though. They don't want to.
Stone, the shortstop, trying to make a diving play there. And it looks like she's a little shaken up. The entire Logan-Magnolia infield, including the catcher, Evans, have made their way out to shortstop to take a look. And she's laughing about it, so she should be okay.
Good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. As she laughs it off, and I think you're right. She's looking up at her face. I think you're right. When she went to dive, I think maybe the face went towards the ground and the face mask went up on the face.
That can certainly happen. Says she's okay. Thumbs up.
Yep, thumbs up. She was laughing about it. Yep. So all good there for Stone. Just needed a moment. Sometimes you need that.
Leadoff single, though. Leadoff single for Durant to try to tie this game back up.
Bunted. It's going to stay fair, and that is a base hit for infield.
Chase wanted to come in and go to second, and no one was covering because the base runner, Dierks, had to wait for the ball to hit the ground. They had the easy out at second, but everybody had come charging in on the bunt, and no one was covering second base.
So creating some havoc is infield. And now the runners are at bases 1 and 2. And Schlopkool will step in from the right side. And that pitch will miss for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. So Durant gearing up. They're hoping for a big inning here.
We know they can put one together.
1 ball and no strikes to count. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And this one's back to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike now.
Shopko, a couple big hacks at it. What a beautiful day. A little breezy, but just after yesterday, how hot it was and the hydration breaks we needed to take.
The 1-1. Bunt will be laid down again. This time goes in foul territory. It will be a foul ball. We'll be at 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Runners at first and second. Durant trying to at minimum tie this game. Chase and company trying to keep it at a 5-4 Panther lead. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Here's the set on the 1-2 pitch, and it's fouled back to the backstop.
Well, and I like the idea of going to the bunt early on. We've seen teams really struggle to get bunts down, though, in this tournament. A lot of popped up, get you to 2 strikes. Part of that is pitchers know exactly how to attack it, too. You throw those rise balls, you throw those high strikes. Makes it really tough to get on top of the ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. This one towards the right side. It's going to move the runners at minimum. It will move the runners. The out is recorded at first, but now you have Durant Wildcats at second and third with just 1 away, so job well done by Schlopkool.
I don't know how well our viewers could see that ball come off the end of the bat, but the ball was starting towards the first baseline, and it rocketed right back towards the middle. There's so much spin on it coming off the bat of Schlopkool, but honestly, Kiger needs to play through the base runner. She gets an interference call then and sends everybody back to their previous base. She waited and let the runner cleared.
Line drive, a chance at second base for a double. No. What could have been there from Logan-Magnolia, but still they get the second out, leave the runners where they are. A fantastic glove over at second by Kiger.
And Kiger, that's a great play as it was, and she knew right away as that ball was taking her towards second. She was going to try to beat Enfield over there in a foot race. Enfield just got back in time. And now a chance to get out of a early jam here for Chase.
What thought might be because of how many runs we had seen come across earlier with runners on base for both of these two teams. 1 ball and no strikes, the counts. Here's the set on the 1-0 pitch, and that one swung through and missed.
A little bit of an off speed there, as we've seen a lot of fastballs coming from Chase. Takes a little something off it there and makes it tough for Alpin to make solid contact.
Gianna Alpin will step back in. The 1-1. Missing outside for a ball. Now 1 ball. Pardon me, 2 balls and 1 strike the count. As that one just misses on the outside corner. Trying to get the chase. Was Chase. And swings through that one.
Big pitch.
Making out chewing, yes. Andy mentioned big pitch upcoming here for Chase. Trying to strand runners at second and third. The set and the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Chase with the strikeout. Couldn't have come at a better time. Leaving runners at second and third. And just like that, we are scoreless in the third. It is still 5-4 in favor of Logan-Magnolia. Will come back. This is the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Back to Fort Dodge we go. The Hy-Vee Field is hosting Class 2A up until the championship. We've got an elimination game on our hands. Both of these two teams trying to fight to see another day. Winner of this game will play at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Right back here on this field. The loser will end their tournament. 9-1 due up for Logan-Magnolia here in the top half of the fourth inning with a 5-4 lead over the 2-seed Durant. And Evans will step in. Evans will hit this one over to the second base side. Played nicely at second by Happ over to first in time for the out. Glove there by Schlopkool.
The future Wartburg Knight at second base has to stay pretty calm there, and on a play that you have to hustle through. That ball did not get hit hard. She had to go up and get it, and what looks routine is not routine from someone who's been over in that position before.
Yes, for those listeners that were listening earlier, that was the
I had to beat you to it.
Nugget. Yeah, that was the nugget I was going with for Andy Pollock over in the left side seat here and getting hit with that pitch and
right on the wrist.
Yeah, a little upset about it is Stone. And, of course, Stone just had that injury a moment ago with the mask, and then he gets hit by a pitch. Obviously, you can tell why she is slightly frustrated with that one. And still being checked on over at first base. Conversation will go on in the circle here for Durant.
They'll give her time, and Durant will also – they're going to bring in a trainer right now. They just wait for a trainer to come over and take a look at her.
Of course, as you mentioned earlier, shortstop and leadoff hitter is a big piece to a team.
Well, and not just from what she does physically, but what she does mentally for the team as well. And you can tell just with the energy that she has brought to the field. She is a competitor, but she is in pain right now. She doesn't want the trainer to be out there, but I want to take a quick peek at her. It's her left wrist. That'd be her glove hand.
Well, while we got an opportunity, let's talk about some things that have happened so far today. Over on the Class 1A field, IGHSAU Audubon defeated West Monona 11-1, and so they are on to take on Southeast Warren. Southeast Warren lost to Edgewood, so Edgewood Colesburg, the 8th seed in Class 1A, they move on to that advanced ticket you were talking about.
Wow, I did not see that coming. I know the Edgewood fans, Colesburg, they were very excited to be here. But look at them with that fast pass to the semifinal game.
And then, as we mentioned, IGHSAU and Audubon will play Southeast Warren later tonight in an elimination game. That's in Class 1A. In Class 3A so far today, PCM has taken down West Liberty. West Liberty ends their tournament. And Mount Vernon knocks off number 1 Williamsburg.
Wow. The Raiders go down. Yeah, wow. Again, double elimination, chance to come back through it, but Williamsburg and PCM
will play later tonight at 7:45 in a game. In Class 4A earlier today, it was Burlington, the 8th seed, taking down Winterset, who, of course, is a team that's often here, have won a couple of state titles there at Winterset. ADM, the 1 seed, they move on, so it's 8 Burlington taking on 4 Western Dubuque.
Winterset's such a young team this year. They've always got such a good program, but a lot of 8th graders. A very young pitcher over there, 8th grader, that's going to do big things here down the road.
And in 5A, Waukee, we are back to softball here, but I'll just give you 5A too. We don't want to leave out the big schools. As there's a swing and a miss, back pick over at first base. Waukee Northwest, the number 1 team in 5A, they advance.
Stone is still in pain, man. She just slid back into first, and she is hurting.
She's hurting
more.
again.
I think that arm, they realize that it may not be as good as what she thinks it is right now.
And so Stone back on her feet. She
That's
wants to stay.
That's actually a different arm. It's her right arm after getting. Wow. There's a skit with the goalkeeper that they have that they wheel him out, and he keeps taking shots to the head. That kind of reminds me of Grayson Stone right now. Is that the Steven Sperling skit? She keeps getting shot. And wherever he's at, the ball keeps hitting him, and that kind of reminds me of the situation Grayson Stone is in right now. She took the shot to the chin and now one to each arm as well.
Strikeout there for Olderog. Gets it to 2 outs, and so now 2 outs here for Durant. As that one will miss high for a ball. So Waukee Northwest beats Dallas Center Grimes. Dallas Center Grimes and Kennedy will play in the night game tonight at 8 p.m. in Class 5A. So that's what's been going on around the complex. That's the one difference this year is usually we get to see just about all, if not all, of the games. That's the only difference is games going all around the complex, and the ball hits Stone again.
Oh, are you kidding me? This is crazy.
As the throw down, the back pick from the catcher hit Stone in the leg as she was diving back into first base. And she was down for a moment, but now back up. As I think she was just laughing about it maybe with the umpire over there
the irony
at first
of it.
base. Yeah.
It just keeps happening to her.
Just a tough
And
talk about how tough.
Yeah, and I don't mean to laugh at it, but it's just crazy the shot she's taken.
The 2-0. Misses outside for a ball now 3-0, and you can just tell how tough Stone is as gets knocked down and just keeps getting back up. You can tell how badly she wants to be in this game and be a part of it. And that'll miss for ball 4, so she will get to second base now. Stone, a junior on this team. Over to second base. The walk will bring up Burleson as Chase takes the walk, and now runners are at first and second here for Logan-Magnolia. As Burleson will come in from the right side. And that pitch is in there for a called strike, now 0-1.
Burleson's had a couple nice contacts. We got a rundown.
And Stone is going to be out at third. So Stone decided to take off for third during that whole situation back. And the throwdown from behind the plate in time for out number 3. So Logan-Magnolia is retired. And we will go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. More softball comes your way next.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Looks like another perfect day to get out there and enjoy the summer.
Oh, before she gets in the car. It's easy to choose.
Iowa State Fair, August 13th through the 23rd.
To Fort Dodge, the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. And look who is out there at shortstop with some strong throws back across the diamond. Stone back out again. She is ready to keep fighting here for this Logan-Magnolia team. And she is ready to go once again for the Panthers as we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Still a 5-4 lead in favor of Logan-Magnolia. All of our scoring done in the first inning, 5-4 in the first. We have not scored in the second, third, or halfway through the 4th inning.
Yeah, it's a weird game like that, isn't it? And, a couple errors by each team in that first inning is why the score is the way it is right now. The pitchers have thrown really well.
Top of the order, due up for Durant. 1, 2, 3. It starts with Peterson, Hap, and Mangles. The 3 to come for Durant. And puts the bat out, pulls it back. The ball zooms outside the zone. It'll be 1 ball and no strikes. Our count. As Peterson will step back in, the opposing shortstop today. Both teams have their shortstop as their leadoff hitter. She puts this one down, and that will go foul. It almost looked like it hit the bat twice, didn't it?
That, or it's almost like the bat just absorbed the ball and just sat right on the edge of it, and she was able to place that ball and just spun foul. But that was, I thought, an outstanding bunt till it went foul.
1 ball and 1 strike the count here on Isla. Peterson. As Chase finds the sign she wants and the 1-1. And that one swung on and missed for strike 3. So Peterson will go down swinging another strikeout for Chase.
Chase has been really, really good against the top part of the order today.
4th strikeout for her.
The damage has been done to the middle part of the order.
So 4 strikeouts for Chase. She's given up 6 hits. She's walked 1. 3 earned runs. That pitch comes inside and misses for a ball. It'll be 1 ball and no strikes to count.
Buzzed the tower a little bit with that pitch.
And the glove, or the towel had to come out of the back of Hap here. She had a towel in her back pocket, so that was the quick pause there. She walks over to the dugout. Here's the 1-0. And that swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike to count.
Chase has just had great control of that, the rise ball and the drop ball today, and those are really the only, you combine that with even a mediocre fastball, you're going to get a lot of weak hits.
And the pitch.
There's that drop. There's a lot of movement on that pitch, a lot of movement.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count, 1 out. And this one is swung on for strike 3. 2nd straight strikeout for Chase. We talked about all the strikeouts that she had all season long and throughout her career, one of the best in Class 2A, and she finds another one there.
It's like she's rolling that ball down a pipe, and that pipe is about a foot in front of the plate, ends, and the ball just drops right out of it. You got to get up in the box and try to hit that pitch before it breaks. It adds 5-6 miles an hour to your fastball when you can throw off-speed pitches like she does.
And the 0-1 is in the dirt for a ball to be 1 ball and 1 strike that counts. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here in the bottom half of the 4th inning, that misses for ball 2. It'll be 2 balls and 1 strike now. Chase came into the state tournaments, or currently, with the stats from yesterday, popped up in the air. Number 4 in Class 2A as the catch is made there in center field for out number 3. She has 5 more strikeouts today, gives her 25. Still good for 4th best in Class 2A, and her team is out of the bottom half of the 4th inning. To the 5th we go, 5-4 Panthers. More softball is next. The IGHSAU State Softball Tournament is presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Excuse me, man. You dropped this.
Oh.
Welcome back here to the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Hy-Vee Field, Class 2A. It is the Panthers of Logan-Magnolia leading 5-4 over the Wildcats of Durant here at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex. On the back half of the complex here. So many things that happen here. There's soccer fields here. There's baseball fields and softball fields. They have concerts out here. I mean, just so many things, but none greater than the Girls State Softball Championships that have been coming here since 1970.
So many fans here the last couple days. In fact, I was talking with Jason Esslinger this morning at breakfast, and he made sure to mention yesterday was a state record for the amount of games in a day. And as I'm driving in, I looked and I was like, wait a minute, they're playing more games today. So I texted him. I said, just verifying. And he says, yes, we are breaking yesterday's record today. There will be 25 games played at the state tournament today, which is the amount of coordination to make that happen is incredible.
Just absolutely incredible. No balls and 1 strike that counts. Erin and her staff have done a fantastic job.
And it takes a lot to make it happen. I mean, you've got the Fort Dodge Parks and Rec Department that takes care of everything here. The city of Fort Dodge rolls out the red carpet for this. And
of course, you have the police department, which is around doing
they're everywhere.
Security. Yep. And then, a lot of things. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Here's the set and the pitch. And that one will miss. Outside for a ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Bertelson working on a 2-for-2 day right now.
Yeah, Bertelson was up when Stone got thrown out at third base. So Bertelson comes back into bat again here. Bertelson, Hawkins, Juritz are the 3 to bat for Logan-Magnolia here in the top of the 5th inning. This one in the air towards right field. Underneath it to make the catch for out number 1 is the right fielder, Applin.
That ball carried a lot further than I thought it was going to. I didn't think Alpin got a good read on it, and she had a much better view of it than I did as she camped out underneath it and made the easy play. Ball carried a lot further than I thought it would.
I think the wind maybe is the. I think the wind is.
It's straight out to right now.
Yeah.
Directly out to right field. Waiting for a first big scoreboard shot.
This one to the right field side, coming in and making the running grab is Alpin. On the run, a fantastic play. We haven't hardly called her name in the field all night long. Nothing's been going to that side for Logan-Magnolia until the last two.
And she read it directly off the bat, and she made it look a lot easier than it should have looked probably because she read it so well. Saved some theatrics of having to dive. Great play by Alpin.
So 2 away now for Durant defensively. This one a defensive swing down the third base side, fought off by Durant, the left fielder. Down the third base side, more of defensive. That ball is coming in at her.
Yeah, it was coming right at her face. It's nothing that you can do, but you either take it in the face or you swing at it and try to knock it away. It's like a fly coming at you. You instinctively swing.
This one lined into right field. That's a base hit, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Durant's around first. She's heading for second. Here comes the throw. It's not in time. It's a Channel Seed extra base hit with a little celly there for Durant at second base. As she gets in, our extra base hits in this game are brought to you by our friends at Channel Seeds. If you want to learn how to rise up your game, visit channel.com/rise.
Nice hit, just right in that power alley. You can see that grass by this time of year is they water it, but it's still a little thin with the lack of moisture they've had in the last couple weeks here. So that ball carried all the way to the fence. As soon as it hit that gap, you knew there was extra bases coming for Juritz.
And now Logan-Magnolia trying to add on here with 2 outs. We've seen a ton of runs scored with 2 outs this entire tournament. Here is the pitch. And that one is swung on and missed. To make it now no balls and 1 strike to count. Here's the set and the 0-1. To the right side, past the dive. And into right field. 1 run coming around to score. It's an RBI single. As Shalopkul gave an effort at first, but it's off for glove and into right field. An RBI single.
What a day for Ella Hack. Yeah, what a day for her. The home run and now a big RBI. She's got, 4 runs batted in this game.
Had the 3-run home run earlier and now a RBI single. And Logan-Magnolia back out in front by a couple of runs, leading 6-4.
She's been clutch.
Largest lead of the game was 5 runs in the first. And that one's fouled in front of the Logan-Magnolia dugout down the first base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count. Olderog with the pitch, and this one off the right side and out of play. Heading off the fence down the first base side. No balls and 2 strikes, the count. 2 outs. Durant trying to get out of things with just the damage. And the 0-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And Durant is out of things in the 5th. It's time to stretch here in Fort Dodge. We'll come back to Hy-Vee Field. This is the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Life's buzzing with energy. From the delightfully routine, to the novel and exciting, to the truly uncharted. With all that life brings, it's easy to lose track of what powers all those moments, our health. At Mercy One, our caring doctors focus on just that, powering health from the everyday to the extraordinary. So you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/health-powers-life.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Welcome back to the IGHSAU State Softball Championships. You see the fans out in the outfield have brought the lawn chairs enjoying today's game. That's how I like to enjoy a game as well. Out in the crowd, grab a nice lawn chair, kick up the feet on the fence in this beautiful weather and watch some high school softball. All the amazing young ladies on this field are grinding and scrapping, trying to keep their season alive. Bunt right back to the pitcher. Chase will fire to first. Isn't it time? It is. Chase played it well out of the circle.
Oh, man, that ball got out of her hand. It looked like the pop time for a catcher as Chase was coming through, and she got rid of that ball in a hurry, understood. Again, I keep talking about the internal clock, but she understood the assignment and got that ball over to Bertelsen for a quick first out. That's 1.5.
Derricks from the right side now will step in.
That was a really good bunt, too.
Really good bunt. And this one is sent out of play. Yeah, Timmerman has played center field really well today. And she put that bunt about as perfectly as you could ask for. But obviously not good enough to keep it out of the hands of Chase. As Derricks fouls the first one out of play. It'll be no balls and one strike now, the count. The sent from Chase, and that one is low in the dirt for a ball now. 1 ball and 1 strike. The count here on Derricks.
We have 2 more games on this field today. Both are elimination. No, the next one is a top bracket game, and then we've got 1 elimination game tonight at 7, correct?
Yep.
That's already set.
Off the glove of Chase, she'll pick it up and fire to first.
It looks awkward, but yeah, the way Chase does it, compare it to football, but that's a quarterback rolling to his left and then throwing a dart. She had to go get that one again. Knew she had to get rid of it in a hurry, and you're starting to get a glimpse of the type of competitor right now that Campbell Chase is in that circle. The BV Beavers are getting a good one.
Yeah, 1 more winner's bracket game, which is next between Wapsie Valley and Ridgeview. And then at 7 o'clock tonight is that already sent losers. That is the elimination game between Cardinal and Grandview Christian.
The rematch from yesterday.
1 ball and no strikes the count. Here's the send of the pitch. This one off the right side and out of play.
There must be something that Durant is liking about a bunt. They've showed that and tried it a couple times here with no one on, not in really a normal bunt situation, but the infield is not in, but they're certainly not at a depth that you'd think you could take advantage of it.
Two balls and 2 strikes the count. And this one is bunted right back over to first, and the catch is made. I thought that ball was into right field.
Bertelsen with a huge snag, and again the play being made by Chase.
Chase makes all 3 of them in the 5th. The 5th is completed, 6-4 in favor of Logan-Magnolia. We'll come back for the 6th. This is the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
here to Fort Dodge, the IGHSAU State Softball Championships, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. To the 6th inning we go. It has been a really close game, different than we originally thought of. I guess we still have 10 runs between the two teams, but after that 9-run first inning, I thought maybe we were headed for the heights of yesterday with teams in the double digits and maybe even the 20s, but things really settled down in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th inning. One more run for Logan-Magnolia in the 5th, and a 6-4 lead is where we're at right now.
It's a weird game like that because early on in the game, those balls were finding the gaps, and as of late, they have not been. And Durant trying to solve the puzzle that is Campbell Chase right now, just trying to get a ball past her at some point. And Logan-Magnolia's hit pretty consistent throughout, but trying to add on a couple insurance runs as we head into the last 6 outs of this one.
And that first pitch will miss for a ball to be 1 ball and no strikes. The counts.
Kennedy Evans here, the number 9 batter, who has not been able to get on yet today, but sure would help out their cause to add in some comfort runs here if she could get on base.
9-1 chew-do up for Logan-Magnolia as Evans swings through that one. Evans, the catcher of this team. Of course, Jamie Evans, the head coach of Logan-Magnolia, the Panthers, in his 3rd season. 45-25 has them back at the state tournaments. 1 ball and 1 strike, and that one misses for a ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike now the count.
I haven't seen too many straight fastballs from Olderug, but went with it there. A little bit of upward movement. I wouldn't call that a true rise ball, but more up in the zone. That was a rise ball.
And in there for a called strike. Finished 4th place in the Western Iowa Conference this year. We talked about with how good those teams are. Played IGHSAU, EHK, which will continue playing tomorrow for in the Class 1A Riverside multiple times this season. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. This one is fouled down the third base side. Had lost to Missouri Valley a couple of times. Greene County, Pocahontas area also. And Westwood. But then rolled through the regional tournament the first 2 games, 9-0 and 10-2, and took down Riverside. This one into left field, not having to move much at all, was the left fielder infield. As she took a couple of steps back, played it how she's supposed to, back off the bat, take a couple steps in and make the catch.
Get a read on it, figure out where it's going, and then go make the play.
It's easier to come in than it is to go out.
Much easier. Don't have to backpedal. Tell my guys that all the time. We can run a lot faster forward than we can sideways or backwards. Well, we'll see how Grayson Stone's going to find a way to get hit by a ball at some point in this at-bat.
Maybe she'll take out her frustration on the softball. Leads the team with 8 home runs this season. 35 RBI. Looking to maybe tattoo one here for Logan-Magnolia. The 0-1. This one is tattooed right back up the middle for Stone as she hits it into center field, and she'll have a base hit.
Stone's been on base every time she's been up in this game. 2nd hit of the day.
Kiger will come in now, the second baseman. Logan-Magnolia looking to add on some runs here in the 6th. Both teams, well, I guess Logan-Magnolia only has 5 outs remaining offensively, but Durant will still have 6 offensive outs. As that one is swung on and missed, Durant will get both the bottom of the 6th and the bottom of the 7th. Trying to score the runs they need. Right now it's 2. Could it be more? Logan-Magnolia is hoping so. No balls and 1 strike the count. And the 0-1 pitch. And that one misses for a ball now. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Kiger bats from the right side. Plays the right side of the infield, the second baseman. 0 for 2 today. She was hit by a pitch, grounded out, and struck out. The 1-1. This one back up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. Same place that Stone went with it. Back-to-back base hits up the middle for Logan-Magnolia. They have something cooking here at the top of the order.
Timing it out pretty well. Return to sender as Olderug has to throw the glove out, try to make a play, or even try to keep it in the infield. Nothing hurts since it doesn't, but now you get back to Chase and Bartleson. Chase, a great hitter, has not showed it so far yet today, but Bartleson has really had a nice day hitting the ball, and now you assure that she's going to get up to the plate here at some point.
Barring a double play.
Barring a double play, right, which we have seen a couple of those today. Chase, though, right now, you feel like the way she's playing in the circle, she deserves a little grace at the plate. She has been outstanding. It's tough to put too much blame on her for those runs that came across in the first, even though technically a few of them go down as hits. She has been sparkling ever since, kind of took it upon herself to make sure no more runs came across.
No balls and a strike. This one in the air towards the right side. Will there be a tag? There will be. Here comes the throw. It's a strong one, and it gets past everybody. A couple of help defenders over there got past everybody to the dugout of Durant, and everybody's going to be safe. So a couple of tags and now runners at second and third here for Logan-Magnolia.
Well, everyone did exactly what they were supposed to do there. A good play out in right field by Alpin, and then put that throw. That's a throw into the wind that she sent towards third base. And even though Dirks wasn't able to haul it in, Olderug was right there doing fundamentally exactly what she should do. The eighth grader backing it up, keeps the run from coming across.
Bertelsen steps in now, and just keep going back to that throw from Alpin in right field.
That's into a stiff breeze.
I thought she had her. 1 ball and no strikes the count.
Might have knocked it down a little bit at the end. Bertelsen's definitely the batter you want up in this situation, though, for Loma.
That one missing outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes as
I'm not so certain with first base open here that you don't just give her the base, especially as the count, as Olderug gets behind in the count. You might just want to give her first and take your chances in with Hawkins.
Here's the 2-0. This one hit into the air to left field. Underneath it is the left fielder infield to make the catch for out number 3. So Logan-Magnolia threatens but does not score. Bottom of the 6th is next. This is the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Ready? Let's go.
Mom, over here.
Yeah, this kind of thing can happen when you're hiking, but no worries, Mom. I can prescribe something to soothe the itch.
Unity Point Health looks at your family's health from your point of view, offering same-day appointments with expertise focused on what matters most to you. Unity Point Health, expert care focused on you.
Back here to Fort Dodge as the fans taking in the views on this beautiful day. At least I felt terrible this morning. At least the blankets have gone away. I don't think I've ever seen somebody wearing a blanket watching a state softball game. It's usually steaming hot here in Fort Dodge, but it was a little chilly this morning, and I saw multiple blankets.
Yeah, and I had walked in with Erin Gerlich this morning. You had her jacket on. A lot different feel than yesterday as we walked in the tournament. Yesterday was a feels like of 108, and I'm not sure we've hit 78 today. That's a big swing, and especially when you consider the wind that's blowing today. What a gorgeous afternoon, though, to be out, full day, I guess, to be out here at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Park.
Yeah, if you get a chance later this week, a couple more days to get here to Fort Dodge.
And see a lot of meaningful softball. I think tomorrow is going to be awesome here. You're talking elimination games all day long. We'll be left with just finalists after tomorrow. Not so sure that Chase's fastball has picked up some velocity as this game's gone on.
Got to be somewhere one team could win and still get to play another one. One team could have to win. Will be a fun day here in Fort Dodge tomorrow. Nearly our second one-handed grab over there by a fan in about the same spot.
He's got to communicate, though. He didn't take his drop step. If he takes his drop step, he catches that ball easily. 1
ball and 1 strike to count here for Chase. As she's trying to navigate through another inning scoreless. As this one is out of play, gave up those 4 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. Since then, she has been fantastic. Durant has put some runners on base, but have not been able to bring anything across the plate. Schlopkool, the first baseman, and a 1-2 count, and it's off the end of the bat, right at the second baseman, Kiger, and she pulls it down.
Seen Kiger make a couple nice plays today from that spot, and that ball, you know, it looks easy, but there's that ball, it takes forever to get to you. You can get some happy feet and misjudge it pretty easily, but it looks like it's almost like a changeup being thrown at you. It looks initially off the bat like it's coming pretty hard, and you got to be pretty patient waiting to catch it.
This one in the air to right field, and it is going to be off the glove. And we've got a base runner on for Durant. They need a couple of runs, either here in the 6th or the 7th. They've got a runner on. It's a good start here for Durant.
I think she got to that a little quicker than she expected, was getting ready to lay out and realized the ball was right there in her chest. Couldn't quite haul it in.
So it'll be a base hit to right field, and we'll have a swap. Courtesy runner for the pitcher, as that is Allie Menke, a junior. So Menke will come in to run over at first base for Durant as a courtesy runner. And Alpin, who has had a good day in right field, will step into bat.
Yeah, looking to get some production here, and obviously already knew the top of the order would get there. They'd like to tie this game back up or take the lead here in the 6th and not have to do it in walk-off fashion in the 7th.
No balls and 1 strike to count, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As Durant has a runner over at first base. Chase trying to get out of some trouble here with that runner on. She's been able to work pretty smoothly for this Logan-Magnolia team. 4th best, we mentioned earlier, with her strikeouts today. 4th best in Class 2A this season in strikeouts. This one is fouled back to the backstop. 2nd best of the 2A field. Only one other pitcher ahead of her in Class 2A strikeouts is pitching in this tournament. The other 2 did not make the tournament.
I just enjoyed really watching her compete there in the circle today, because you saw there, I'm not sure where that pitch missed, but you just seen what she brings to the table as far as her fielding too, very tenacious coming out of that circle.
Actually, if you look at Class 2A, of the top 10, there's only 3 of the top 10 strikeouts in 2A this year that are pitching in this field. And there is another one for Chase. Add to her count as she picks up the strikeout number 6. And those 3 are the 2 we saw in the last game with Lily Neibauer from Regina. She's 9th in strikeouts. And McLean Hickenbottom is 3rd in strikeouts to go along with Chase, the only 3 in the top 10 that are in this field. That one's in there for a called strike. 6 strikeouts on the day for Campbell Chase. 7 hits. She's walked 1, given up 3 runs. 3 earned runs, I should say. 4 total runs in the contest for Durant. And she's looking to get through the 6th inning here for Logan-Magnolia. The 0-1. Ground ball, third base side, scooped up, fired to first. In time for out number 3. And now Logan-Magnolia needs just 3 defensive outs, but they'll get a play on offense first in the top half of the 7th to try to add on some insurance runs. 6-4 Panthers. We'll come back. This is the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Dodge the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We're on Hy-Vee Field here in Class 2A, where it is the number 2 seed Durant down 6-4 to Logan-Magnolia, the 6th seed in this tournament. There were quite a few upsets here in Class 2A on the way to the state tournament, including this Logan-Magnolia team that pulls an upset to get here. And now trying to pull their second one. Lost to Wapsie Valley, who will play Ridgeview next in a winner's bracket game. And Logan-Magnolia is trying to get to tomorrow morning. Winner of this game will play tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., a game that we will have for you here on Hy-Vee Field.
Yeah, that'll be me and you.
It will be us once again.
I like how they've done it this year. We are assigned to classes, so we get very familiar with teams that we will be following along the entire tournament. Of course, yesterday we did get a little sniff of Class 1A as well, and those were some fun ones.
This one on the right side is out of play. Foul. There'll be no balls and 1 strike the count for Logan-Magnolia. They will send up 5, 6, and 7. It'll be Hawkins, Juritz, and Hack.
Might want to avoid Hack if you're Durant. You might want to avoid seeing her much more. Tough play.
And it's position fielded nicely by Happ over at second base. So she's able to flip it to first as Shalopkul, the first baseman, squeezes the glove for out number 1. Logan-Magnolia looking for some insurance runs as the young Olderog back in the circle. And, I know he's given up 6 runs today, but really has looked confident in the circle and has pitched fairly well for a young athlete. 6 strikeouts today. Only recorded for 1 earned run. And that is a foul ball.
Bulk of the damage being done in the first inning there. Just kind of fell under the realm of anything that could go wrong did go wrong.
She's charged with that home run to Hack as an earned run. Otherwise, the rest of them have been unearned from Olderog. So, you know what? Not a terrible day. That's a foul ball for the young athlete that I would assume not the last time that we'll be calling her name in the state tournaments.
No, we've talked about just how she got thrust into this role this year. And it's tough to argue that she wasn't ready for it based on the results of what she's done this year. A great year from the 8th grader.
Peterson has also thrown almost 70 innings this season. The shortstop, this one's popped up in the air and out of play. Peterson, the shortstops, are also thrown. She's 1 out away from getting to 70 innings, and then Shalopkul, the first baseman, has thrown 65 innings this year. But the majority, now over 80 innings this season, has been done by the 8th grader, Olderog. 1 ball and 2 strikes the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Fired over to first in time for out number 2.
Well, they're doing exactly what they need to right now to give themselves a chance to win this game in the 7th. I just look back, that first inning was just a weird inning. We started off, again, looking at a 5-4 after the first inning. We've only seen one run since then, and no changes have been made. I mean, it's the same pitchers.
Yep.
Just weird how that ball finds openings early on.
Olderog trying to get her team back to the dugout, trailing just by 2 runs. We know Durant is going to need at least 2 in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Will they need more? Olderog on the rubber. And the 1-0. In there for a called strike. Now 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Olderog, the 1-1. And that one's a bit low, so it'll be 2 balls and 1 strike to count. This is Hack, who sent one out of here. She has 4 RBI today.
In the conversation for the quick star player of the game if they were able to come through.
As a home run, a walk, and a single. Has been aboard all 3 times.
I think she's responsible for 4 out of their 6 runs batted in as well.
She sure has. She's got a 3-1 count here. And that'll be in there for called strike 2, so 3-2. Olderog not backing down from Hack as she comes back in, finds a strike. And she'll come to battle. The 3-2 offering is fouled back to the backstop.
Didn't realize that she had actually got a piece of that. I thought she was able to head down to first on the drop third.
Just got a piece of it to send it to the backstop. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Olderog finds the sign she wants. And the 3-2 offering called strike 3. Strikeout number 7 for the 8th grader. As Olderog goes 1-2-3 of Logan-Magnolia here in the top half of the 7th. Durant must score 2. We'll find out if they can do so when we come back. This is the IGHSAU State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to Fort Dodge, and Chase trying to lead her team on to tomorrow morning. Trying to stay alive here in Fort Dodge. Durant will need at least 2 of them. And it is a pretty good part of the order here for Durant to try to get those 2 runs, Andy.
Yeah, you're looking at 2, 3, and 4, and they've had some success throughout the course of the day, so we'll see what they can do right now. In fact, Mangles and Timmerman at the 3 and 4 spot have had a couple nice at-bats. Mangles has been all over the place today. Starting off with Happ right now, really solid with a glove. See what she can do with the bat.
Paige Happ will step in. All the fans wearing the Wildcat blue and yellow, trying to cheer on their team.
I think you're going to see a very concerted effort from Chase to work ahead in the count right now, not get too outside the frame of what she does best.
No balls and 1 strike the count on Happ. Going to try to lay it down, going to try to beat it out to first base. It'll be a close play, but it's in time. Chase again fields that position so well.
Well, they can't get it by her. They've tried and tried and tried, and just cannot get it by her. That is, I'm seeing how many putouts she's had today from that spot. I think that's the 4th or 5th time that she's been able to throw the runner out on her own. They just have not had success with that bunt, especially in these situations with nobody on.
Mangles steps in now. 2 batters. The hope here for Durant. They need to bring 2 in. There's a swing and a miss on strike 1.
Working ahead again in the count. And out there ready to go right away. Chase just staring down, ready to roll from that circle.
Sometimes they'll take a walk around the circle, figure things out. Chase gets right back on the rubber and is ready to go again. Misses that one inside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. She walks the back, turns around quickly out of the rubber. Finds the sign, and she's ready to go.
Yeah, she's become a favorite of mine, and just the sheer competitiveness that she brings to the game. Become a big favorite of mine in this tournament.
That one misses for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike now the count here for Chase against Mangles. Mangles for Durant.
Keep in mind that Durant scored all 4 of their runs in the first inning with 2 outs.
This one is on a play. Durant just looking for base runners here. Have to score 2. Trailing Logan-Magnolia, the 6 seed, 6-4. Durant came in as the 2 seed, trying to avoid going 0 for 2.
Chase with a beautiful changeup there. I don't know where it missed, but has that look to her, and minus the lack of control of Ricky Vaughn. The wild thing. I mean, just the snap of the glove right there on the rubber, ready to go.
3-2. That one missed just a bit high. Full count, 3-2. The 3-2 offering popped up in the air. Is it playable? Down the first base side. It is caught right in front of the netting. Before it hits the netting, Bertelsen makes the play. She's been making plays offensively and now does it with the glove.
Just sticks it out. You're kind of hoping it falls in, because if that ball catches any part of the net, it's a dead ball. Huge out right there coming over from her first base spot. Not even sure she saw it go into the glove. She was surprised, I think, by catching it. Great camera work on that catch, by the way.
And now Timmerman is the last hope for Durant. Chase trying to get her team to tomorrow morning.
I find myself going through the motions that Chase is going through up in here. It's kind of infectious right now, just in there ready to roll.
The 0-1. Ground ball to the shortstop. Stone has had a game. It has been up and down for Stone. She's been hurt a couple of times, but she closes it out for Logan-Magnolia. And the 6 seed will live to see another day. Logan-Magnolia and the Panthers have defeated Durant and will advance to play on tomorrow at 10 a.m. And for the Wildcats will end their season. An outstanding one here in Fort Dodge.
You almost get the feeling that this Logan-Magnolia team is a team of destiny at the moment as they move on. They took out number 1 Riverside in the regional final. Now take out Durant here in the double elimination format. Not a team I would want to have to face in an elimination game with their backs against the wall.
And they will wait to get the winner or get the loser, I should say, of Wapsie Valley and Ridgeview coming up next. If Wapsie Valley falls, it'll be a rematch tomorrow morning of their opening round game. If it's Ridgeview, could be a new matchup there for Logan-Magnolia as the trophy, participation trophy, quarterfinalist trophy will be handed out to the Durant Wildcats and Coach Rich Darnell. A fantastic season for Durant, a season of ups and downs. It's an incredible feat just to make it here to the state tournaments, and they will get their trophy presented by the executive director, Aaron Gerlich. And Ella Hack is the star of the game. Had the 3-run home run, had the RBI single, 4 RBIs and 2 hits today for Ella Hack. She's the quick star of the game.
Well deserved. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone, although the way the game transpired, I think you could have made a pretty big argument for Chase as well. I just want to take a moment and congratulate Durant on a great season. They obviously faced a lot of adversity as from the very beginning of the year, but outstanding season for them. But today just ran into that buzzsaw known as Campbell Chase.
Well, that's